Minnesota heads to D.C. tonight. The Wild at the Washington Capitals from Capital One Arena. Puck drop at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's an early season contrast in styles. Minnesota pushing pace and power play pressure. Washington winning with discipline and low-event hockey. The market has Washington a short home favorite, total set at 5.5, and this one projects to swing on special teams and the crease. Let's start in goal with Minnesota's Filip Gustavsson. Through his first 3 starts, he's 1-2-0 with a 3.07 goals against average and a .88 save percentage. The Wild allow chances in bunches when they get stretched, and Gustavsson has faced clean looks off the rush. His best path tonight is rebound control and clean first saves, especially on Washington net front tips and slot seams, because Minnesota's penalty kill has been leaky at just 60%. Across the ice, Logan Thompson has been the early backbone for Washington. He's 2-1-0 with a 2.00 goals against and a main 21 save percentage, and the Capitals team goals against sits at an elite 1.75 per game. Thompson's tracking has been sharp, and he's squaring shooters on first contact, which matters against a Wild club firing 35 shots a night. If he sees pucks clean through traffic, Washington's 5-on-5 structure usually does the rest. Game analysis. Minnesota's edge is obvious. The league's #1 power play at 47.6%. Washington's vulnerability is just as obvious. The penalty kill at 55.6%. So the hinge is discipline. The Capitals sit near the bottom in penalty minutes per game. If they keep it that way, their even-strength defense plus Thompson tilts the ice. At 5-on-5, the Wild generate volume, third in shots, but also give it back defensively, 3.75 goals allowed per game. Washington's offense has been modest at 2.25 goals per game, but in a controlled environment, 1 finish plus goaltending can be enough. Add in home ice and a tidy face-off profile that's roughly even, and the model gives Washington the late-game composure edge in a 1-goal script. And today's AI pick is Washington Capitals moneyline, 125. Will we cash or will we burn? On to the next game.
Tampa rolls into Detroit tonight as the Lightning face off against the Red Wings inside Little Caesars Arena. It's an Atlantic Division showdown between a dynasty looking to reassert its dominance and a young team rising fast through the standings. The market has this one circled for fireworks. Total set at 6.5, and the stats back that expectation. Both teams feature top-tier power plays, aggressive transition offenses, and goaltenders fighting through early turbulence. Expect a fast start, sharp tempo, and plenty of chances both ways. We start in the crease with Andrei Vasilevskiy. The Lightning's longtime anchor has stumbled out of the gate, going 0-2-1 with a 4.07 goals against average and an .870 save percentage. The raw numbers look rough, but the film tells a more nuanced story. Tampa's blue line has bled high-danger looks, and Vasilevsky's workload remains heavy. When he's on, few goalies in the world seal the bottom of the net better or control rebounds more efficiently. The question is whether fatigue from past seasons and a late training camp start are dulling his edge. Against a Detroit team averaging 3.5 goals per game, Vasilevskiy can't afford another slow first period. Across the ice, John Gibson gets the nod for Detroit. His first outing in a Red Wings sweater was forgettable, 8 goals against on just 26 shots. Still, Gibson brings veteran pedigree and a history of resilience after bad nights. He'll need every bit of that experience here. Tampa's power play ranks 5th in the league at 30%, built around Nikita Kucherov's cross-seam passing and Victor Hedman's one-timer from the point. If Gibson's lateral reads lag even slightly, this group will expose it. Game analysis. Both clubs bring offensive depth that can change a game in a shift. Detroit's young core, Larkin, Raymond, and DeBrincat, pushes pace and draws penalties, while Tampa counters with Point, Kucherov, and Guentzel, 3 finishers capable of generating chaos off broken plays. Neither side profiles for a quiet night. The Red Wings' penalty kill remains their weakest link, and Tampa's defensive zone coverage hasn't looked cohesive since opening night. Every metric signals volatility, not containment. And today's AI pick is over 6.5 goals. 2 offensive systems built for motion. 2 goalies with something to prove. The ice will open early, and one burst could start the avalanche. Will we cash or will we burn? On to the next game. The next.
The United Center lights up tonight as the Chicago Blackhawks host the Vancouver Canucks in a cross-conference clash steeped in history and momentum. Vancouver has dominated this matchup for years, 10 straight wins, but the numbers under the surface tell a different story now. The Blackhawks are surging, winners of 2 in a row, scoring 11 goals in that span, while Vancouver's offense has sputtered badly out of the gate. Vegas still makes the Canucks the favorite, but the market may be clinging to ghosts of the past. Let's start between the pipes. Kevin Lankinen draws the start for Vancouver, filling in behind a defensive system that's looked shaky without Thatcher Demko. Lankinen sits at 0-1 nil with a 4.07 goals against and an .86 save percentage, numbers that don't inspire much confidence. He tracks well in clean looks, but has struggled with second efforts and lateral pressure, exactly where Chicago's speed-driven forecheck attacks. With Vancouver's penalty kill elite but their power play ice-cold at 0%, Lankinen's margin for error is razor-thin. Across the ice, Spencer Knight gets the crease for Chicago. He's been the quiet backbone behind their 2-game win streak, holding a .20 save percentage and showing calm under chaos. Knight's mechanics have sharpened, clean movement, no wasted reach, and he's controlling rebounds better than at any point in his career. He doesn't need to be perfect, he just needs to be steady. Chicago's offense, averaging 3.6 goals a night, has bought him breathing room that Lankinen won't have. Game analysis. Vancouver's stars, Elias Pettersson, Brock Boeser, Quinn Hughes, are generating possession but no finish. Through 3 games, their top line has 1 even-strength goal, and the power play remains completely dormant. Chicago, on the other hand, is playing free and fast. Bedard's gravity opens lanes for Frank Nazar and Tufo Teravainen, while secondary scorers like Reichel and Donato are finding space that didn't exist a season ago. Regression may be coming for their shooting percentage, but facing a backup with shaky metrics delays that drop. Add home ice, rhythm, and confidence, and the edge tilts toward the youth. And today's AI pick is Chicago Blackhawks moneyline, +120. Momentum meets opportunity. The streak ends here. Will we cash or will we burn? On to the next game.
The Delta Center in Salt Lake City hosts tonight's clash between the rebuilding San Jose Sharks and the emerging Utah Mammoth. 2 franchises moving in opposite directions. San Jose chasing its first win of the season. Utah settling into its new home ice with confidence. The line opened with the Mammoth as heavy favorites, total set at 6.5, but under the surface this matchup looks slower, tighter, and more defensive than the numbers suggest. Let's start in goal. Yaroslav Askarov gets the nod for San Jose, stepping into a difficult assignment behind the league's most porous defense. His lone start of the season was rough. 6 goals allowed on just 38 shots for an .841 save percentage, but Askarov is still young and talented. The Sharks will lean on him to bounce back, facing limited help from a blue line missing 2 of its top 4 defensemen. For Askarov, this game is about simplicity, quiet movements, control the first save, and keep the game within reach for a team that struggles to protect leads. At the other end, Karel Vejmelka continues his steady run for Utah. He's 2-1 nil with a 1.67 goals against and a sparkling .929 save percentage. His style is calm and efficient, square to the puck, little waste, full trust in a defensive structure that's allowing just 21 shots a night, the second fewest in the league. Vejmelka doesn't need to steal games, he just needs to maintain order. When he's on, Utah controls tempo through patience, not panic. Game analysis. On paper, the Sharks rank high in goals per game, but that's misleading. They've scored 3 or more in losses inflated by late rallies, not sustained pressure. They average only 21 shots, worst in the NHL, and rely on finishing luck rather than consistent creation. Utah's offense, meanwhile, ranks near the bottom of the league, producing just 2 goals per game despite a veteran top 6. Their edge is discipline. They limit chances, win neutral zone battles, and grind opponents into low-event games. San Jose's best hope is drawing penalties, but Utah's home ice structure has been nearly airtight. Every number points to a methodical game with long stretches of controlled play and few rushes. And today's AI pick is under 6.5 goals. Both goaltenders face light volume. Both teams struggle to convert, and the pace tilts slow. Will we cash or will we burn? On to the next game.
Tonight, the ice wrote its own story. 4 games, 4 prophecies from the algorithm's fire. Game 1, Minnesota at Washington. Our AI called Capitals moneyline, 125, and Washington stood tall. Game 2, Lightning at Red Wings. Over 6.5, chaos met speed, and goals fell like thunder. Game 3, Canucks at Blackhawks. Blackhawks, moneyline, 120. Chicago broke the curse and owned the night. Game 4, Sharks at Mammoth. Under 6.5, silence in Salt Lake. 2 goalies froze the flame. 4 partidos, 4 destinos. Washington triunfó en casa. Tampa y Detroit encendieron el marcador. Chicago rompió su cadena de derrotas. Y en Utah, el hielo ganó la batalla. Will we cash or will we burn? Like and subscribe. Return tomorrow for the next reckoning. Wenn du den Abgrund lange genug ansiehst, beginnt dich zu erinnern. Translation on screen. When you stare into the abyss long enough, it begins to remember you.